Let's start with 4 givens. First of all, you need a grade-by-grade curriculum. You can't just teach spelling off the top of your head. Secondly, you need 20 minutes each day for explicit study of English spelling as recommended by research. On Monday, devote 20 minutes for the spelling pretest. The third given required for the spelling pretest is the weekly spelling list should be organized by a pattern or spelling principle, which is the lesson objective to be studied for the week. Let me explain and show you why. In your Spelling Connection 3rd grade teacher edition, turn to the table of contents on page Roman numeral 3 through Roman numeral 5. You'll find 36 weekly lessons, including 6 weeks of review lessons. Notice the specificity of these weekly lessons. Now turn to page 210 in the teacher edition to see an overview of all the skills associated with rules and patterns that students will study at each grade level. Throughout the year, 3rd graders will study and master all long and short vowel patterns needed by 3rd graders. They study diphthongs, vowel digraphs, blends, complex consonants, spellings of the schwa sound, final stable syllable LE, R-controlled vowels, homophones, compound words, inflectional endings, contractions, abbreviations, prefixes, suffixes, and all the complex plural forms that 3rd graders need to know for reading and writing. And the 4th given requires that the words used in the spelling pretest should be at the student's instructional spelling level, the level where they can already spell about half of the pretest words correctly in a traditional 20-word weekly list. A student's "I can already spell half of the words on the list" rule ensures that the list is not too hard, not too easy, but just right. This rule is supported by research. It places the student in a proper mindset for learning, feeling confident, and building on what they already know. The learner will associate words which they misspell on the pretest with words they already know that have the same pattern or spelling principle. As you can see, English spelling is very complex with many specific rules and patterns to be studied and mastered. That's why we give you a research-based curriculum, Spelling Connections, a word study approach which has everything you need to teach all your students the rules and patterns critical for mastery for automatic retrieval in long-term memory. This first day of self-testing engages the learner's brain with a pattern or spelling rule that they will practice each day of the week. The recommended pretest procedure follows a hear it, say it, spell it, read it, and self-correction teacher-led sequence for each word. For those of you who have the 3rd grade Spelling Connections text, please turn to page 178A in the teacher's edition. Now let's look in on our guest teacher as she demonstrates a spelling pretest.